Yeah, I mean, that was one exciting game. Thank you to the fans, especially our fans. Our fans got really loud in there, really helped us out. But even, Virginia Tech's fans showing up, I think the game was just great for women's basketball. It was packed in there. It was a great atmosphere. I just love to see how much the game is growing. But very, very proud of our players in our fight today. We fought for 40 minutes. There were so many things that we had to play through and different lineups in there, all kinds of stuff, and we just wanted it. We knew that we were trying to play our way into postseason and have momentum going into the conference tournament. So just really proud of our fight. I have a lot of respect for Virginia Tech and Kenny and what they do and what he does, and he's a friend of mine. So I just thought it was a good battle, and I really hope, Kitley's okay. I don't know, didn't get an update on her, but, you never want to see anybody go down like that.
For Mo and Cam, you've played in front of some good crowds this season, but this was the largest ever to see a women's game in the state of Virginia. What was it like to be part of that, and how much did the atmosphere help and add to the game?
I mean, obviously it was great. That's great for women's basketball, especially in Virginia. And I think that playing in front of big crowds, it's fun. Like, I mean, I think me and Mo was like, oh, we finna have fun today. Like, because, we saw the crowd and we were like, yeah, let's get it. But at the same time, we knew this is going to test our focus, test how we can communicate within those four lines. And, we came out on top, and I'm just proud of, like, the whole entire team, to show out for senior day, to show out for our last home game, and to fight for postseason. I think that's what we did. So it was definitely great. I love playing in front of crowds, to shut them up or to get them wild up, stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely fun.
Yeah, I agree. Like Coach Mock said, it's just amazing for the sport of women's basketball. And that's what I came here to do, especially was to get this place back on the map. And so I'm so glad that, me and my teammates can just, fill the seats, and the other team as well. Like she said, it was a great matchup between us two. So, yeah, it was really exciting and really inspiring to play in a game like that.
Kymora, you were very aggressive right from the start, 8 points in the first quarter. Did this game, obviously there's a ton at stake, whether it's the Commonwealth Clash, regular season finale, you wanting to send off the seniors. What did this game mean to you personally?
Yeah, it meant a lot. These 5 seniors that I played alongside this season have been great for me. They've welcomed me in with open arms. Sorry, I'm trying not to tear up here. But, just I knew I had to do it for them, and I knew we wanted to do it for them. Yesterday I met with Coach Mox, and she told me to just play my game. She knew that there was going to be a lot at stake, which I didn't even know. And I think that was good that she didn't kind of tell me, because it probably would have got to my head. But she told me to just play my game, not worry about who was in front of me, and just do what I do. And I think I took that lightly and just went out and did it. So.
Yeah, going off of that question, I guess this stands for all of you. Cam, a little bit different for you, but what does this senior class mean to this group, and Mox, especially for you, since they were your first group that came in recruiting-wise?
Yeah, you want me to start or her?
Whoever wants.
Okay. Yeah, they mean a lot. They're the ones that started spearheading this, turnaround and believed in building this program, believed, like Cam, London, KD, all 3 of those made a choice to stay. They could have left, and they made a choice to believe in what we were trying to do, believe in me, believe in the coaching staff, believe in the teammates, and also the recruits we were trying to bring in. And like I said, Sam was my first recruit, and her staying home, opened people's eyes, Mo, O, and some other hometown kids. And like I said, it gave permission for others to believe. So it's bittersweet. Like we played probably our last home game here, but I feel like we have a lot left this year, and we're kind of hitting our stride. So I just want to make sure they can kind of, they put in a lot of work, and I just want them to kind of benefit from that and get something out of that. So I just am really proud of this one too. Cam is, like I said out there, she's been through a lot, and she's fought through a lot, and just to see how much she's grown off the court, but also on the court in her game. On the court, she has a lot of basketball ahead of her, even after UVA. So they mean a lot to this program, and that's the legacy that you want to leave. And that's what we talk about all the time. You're going to be forever remembered for turning this program back around.
Cam, not only is Virginia Tech number 5 in the country, but obviously a state rival. What does it mean to you to beat Virginia Tech?
Obviously it's a rivalry, so we're happy about it. But, there's always, in this league, in the ACC, there's like 7 teams are in the top 25. So it's a competitive game every single day. Any game, any given day, anybody can win. So it's not too much focused on, they're top this or top that. It's more, okay, what are we going to do to stop them? What are we going to do to take advantage of their weaknesses and things like that? So just going out and play, respect all, fear none. And I think that's the mentality that I and the rest of the team have. So, and Coach Mock, she says it all the time. So it's like, just going out there and play. But it's definitely big.
Coach, obviously Kitley, we did quite well before she got hurt, and Amor obviously had a big game. But what kind of helped your defense against the rest of the team to keep that rest of the team in check?
Yeah, I think our guards did a really good job of pressuring their guards. I think our post players did a good job of Xing out. We were trying to double Kitley, and then we had to rotate back to other people, and we just were doing multiple things, multiple effort plays. That's what it takes. But Kitley and Georgia, they're great players. You're not going to stop them. I don't even think they've been stopped all year. But the goal is to contain them and not let anybody else get off. And, we had some really good coverages, some really good defensive assignments, and we had some where they just made tough shots or, maybe they had an open shot or whatever. But I was just proud of our fight. And we really tried to lock into, containing those two and making sure nobody else got off. So she's a great player. Like I said, I hope she's okay, and I hope she finishes out this season, her last season here. But same thing with Georgia. They're just 2 All-Americans. They're really hard to stop.
2 years into your rebuild here, I guess, if that's what you call it, how important was it to get this win so that on the recruiting trail and all that stuff, it kind of shows that you're not a level below them, if that makes sense?
Well, first of all, if you look up in our stands out there, we got a lot of banners, right? We've had a lot of history here, so I think people understand what kind of program this is, and it is a rebuild, but we've started to change the culture, and there's a lot of interest. So yes, it's a rivalry, it's an in-state game. You want to own the state, of course, but more importantly, we're trying to stack wins right now and just make sure we can, hit our stride as a team. But, I think there's a lot of attention from recruits because they see what we're doing, they see our culture, they see what kind of players we're bringing in and what kind of players we have. So, there's a lot of history here, a lot of winning that went on here, and we're just trying to get back to that.
Cam, you guys started so fast tonight and so intense. How did they kind of set the tone for what you all wanted to do, not only win the game, but win it in true fashion as well?
I think for a while we had a stretch where starting was our biggest issue, and I think for the last 6 games we're just like, y'all, we got to lock in on this start because it dictates the rest of our game. And every game has its own personality. Every game is different, when it comes to different matchups and stuff like that. But we knew today was important. I think senior day gave us an extra little boost, but just knowing that we're fighting for something greater than ourselves, fighting for our families, fighting for whatever's personal going on, fighting for our seniors, fighting for this state, Virginia. So everybody kind of had their own thing, and I think that came with the intensity like you talked about. And we just wanted to start. Even though we made mistakes, we made them hard. If we did something wrong, we did it hard, and we just kept going.
Coach, you said that you felt like you guys are really hitting your stride. Can you expand on that and maybe some specific details you see about this team that's coming together at the right time?
Yeah, I think earlier in the season when we hit adversity, sometimes we went our separate ways and we didn't really come together, and we've been seeing that a lot lately. And we were, I think we were at 4. We won 4 of our last 5, and then we went to Duke, and we just kind of had a bad game. So we were just, credit to Duke, they played great, but we just wanted to flush that game out of our system and kind of get back to where we were. And so offensively, I think the ball's been moving better. I think we understand where people need shots, where they're going to take shots. So you can get rebounding coverage. We understand different looks that we're looking at. And then defensively, we're really trying to buy into the game plan and just support each other and have each other's back, especially on rotation. So, we got some really high-powered offensive teams in our conference, Virginia Tech being one of them. So, they're going to score some points, but we got to do our best to lock into the game plan. I thought we were pretty focused today. So I just think all around we're understanding my system better, understanding me, understanding each other, and also just showing a lot of poise down the stretch. That was one thing I think we've grown the most in, especially in the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarters have been pretty good as of late.
Yeah, Coach, this is for Coach. There was a little bit more drama than maybe there needed to be in the final minute with the missed free throws, but Sam went out to the line, and she had not had a big game to that point, but she looked pretty calm when she hit those two. For her to do that on senior night, was that kind of extra special for her to go out that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think we had a lot of trust in her, her ability to knock down free throws too, and that's why I subbed her in at that point because I knew they were fouling us. But we have really good free throw shooters on our team, and we have some people that they know that's not really their role. Maybe they're defensive stoppers or whatever. So that's my job to kind of put us in situations at the end so we can be successful. So when we miss those few free throws, instead of just allowing people to get in their head, let's just put some people in that are confident at the line. And that's kind of what that played into that. But I was happy for Sam, especially on senior day, to have that moment.
This was probably the most consistent performance, playing all 4 quarters of the season. What was the message that you had for them at halftime to make sure you didn't have a lull at all in the third quarter coming in?
Well, we just talked about staying locked in. Few adjustments we wanted to do on defense, some looks we want to do on offense. But we also reminded them that when we were at their place, our third quarter was really bad. And we've actually had some really bad third quarters throughout the year. But specifically, when we played Virginia Tech at their place, we were competitive in all 3 quarters besides the third, right? The other 3 quarters. So our players locked into that. They knew we had to start right. We knew we had to win that quarter and just be very confident so that could build our confidence moving into the fourth.
Thank you.